Okay, so today we're going to look at two things at the same time. The first thing is going to be the GitHub profile setup, how to set your GitHub account, and then how to also upload your projects there as a data scientist or any IT field you are into. Now, why GitHub? Why is it so important? GitHub is more like a marketplace for data scientists. To say like, you see, we have marketplace for tomatoes, and if you want to buy tomatoes and all other products, you go to the marketplace. You see a lot of advertisement there. Sorry, and then you buy from the one who convinces you, the one who convinces you, and then also the one who has things in common with you in terms of if you consider your finance, the one which is more economical, the freshness, your specs, the one which matches. So we also have dating apps. If you want to do a hookup, you can go to a lot of dating sites and then you can scroll through and look at, get a match. The same way, if I want to hire a data scientist, in tech, we don't hire based on your degree, we don't hire based on your PhD or masters or something. Yeah, when you go to LinkedIn, you will see requirements, BSc or preferably master's degree, but they would like emphasize on the skills. Now for tech, we deal with skills, we value skills much more than your um, your degree. So for you to showcase your skills, you create GitHub account and it's more like a marketplace where you can put all your projects there. You set your portfolio with all your stuff there so that if I am to hire, I'll ask you where is your GitHub. Normally, when you tried maybe applying to any of these jobs on LinkedIn, the second or maybe the first step will be what is your name. The next thing is drop your GitHub account. I don't know whether any of you has ever encountered that. So when you drop your GitHub handle, the hiring manager goes in there and then he goes to find the project, the kind of projects you've done. So if the person is impressed by your this thing, or if you have the skills they are looking for example, if you've done a lot of projects about finance and there is the role is also about finance or related to business, then they will know that okay, sometimes too they want specific things like maybe projects about agriculture. You may not have that, but if they know that normally they consider this. If this person has been able to build a classification model for maybe diseases, then he can, for maybe patients, he can easily do that too for maybe crops. Do you get it? Giving him some push, like more like domain knowledge. So that is why we do set up GitHub, profiles, and then that is why it's so much important. So without wasting much time, let me just walk you through how to set up your GitHub account. Now to even go in, I want to ask who has a GitHub account? Nanamwa and Sandra. Nanamwa, do you have a GitHub account yet? Nanamwa, you have it right. Have you
Yes,
uploaded?
please.
Okay, have you uploaded any projects there?
Um, I uploaded a certain project, but I don't know if I didn't know how to upload the project. So I don't know if I just created a repository or something. I don't know if so the project was uploaded.
Okay, that's cool. Sandra, have you ever created a GitHub account?
Um, I tried creating one the last time you asked us to go do it,
Oh, that's awesome.
but I don't know how to do anything again.
That's fine. I think you've done well. That's cool. You've done well. So today we would cover all those problems. So without further ado, let me quickly fire up my Google Chrome, because if you want to access GitHub, the first thing is to go to the website and create your account. So I use Linux, so I am going to. If you are using Windows, you just click on your search browser, whether it is Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or whichever one you use. I use Firefox and Chrome, but for this demonstration, I'm going to use Google Chrome. So let me fire it up. If you don't use Linux, don't. worry yourself too much about this. So um, so this is a I have which ones should I use? I think I've used all my um, what do you call it? So let me fit it in here. Yeah. So when you fire up your browser, you go straight to github.com and you can see it pop up with some small black and white cat. So when you hit enter, it takes you to I think I already signed up yesterday. So let me try, you know, let me try going back to scratch to see whether I'll be able to. So I hope I'll be able to. Let me just go back to the start. Yesterday I tried creating an account for. So let me just do again. Github.com. And still it takes me. So maybe let me try. Here, let me click this guy and see whether it will take me. So okay, maybe let me try logging in with a different email account or something like that. Mm, which one? Maybe as a guest. Yeah, so I log in. I want to log in as a guest and see. Or let's use one of the accounts to. Um, okay, so I'm browsing now as a guest. So let me do github.com so that we start the process from scratch. Because it took me to where. So this is where it will take you to when you open GitHub for the first time. It's a beautiful like interface. It's the official GitHub website, and it is very simple. When you look at here, you hover here, you will see the products they have. They have Copilot, Code Reviewer. Copilot helps you write better code. So it's built on ChatGPT 4, but I think it's a paid version. So you can, and then we have the solutions, the kind of solutions they have, and then it is open source. So you can read about, you know, the when it comes to repositories, you can click on topics and browse topics. You can click on trending to look at things which are trending on GitHub. It's just like how you can look at trendings on um, threads or maybe data x.com. So now, coming to what we want to do. If you have an account already, when you go to the corner here, you can click on sign in and then you just proceed and do. But if you don't have an account, then you can click on the sign up button here, or you can just come here and click on where they've written um, where the email bar is. You can just type your email there, and then you click on sign up for GitHub, and you take the process from there. Any of them is okay. Let me just go click on sign up at the top corner there, so that we don't have issues. We're not going to have issue, but I feel more like that one will be a bit more of relief, so that those who will come later wouldn't come and then complain because we are fond of that. So now it has finished loading and it's telling us to enter your email. So all you do is just go there and you just enter your email. And now I want to shut this thing down here. Yeah. So let me enter my email. So when you enter in the email, so if the email is taken, they will tell you. If it's not taken, For example, if it has an account already, they will tell you. So you can see when I type my this thing, it told me email is invalid or already taken. So let me try changing it maybe to yesterday I used my this thing to let me see if let's see if this one isn't taken. So this one too is taken. Okay, let me just try. So let me do I think I have one fake email. Let's see. So you can see this one isn't taken. So the continue button is now in green color. When I click on it, they'll ask me to create a password. So let me create a password. Now, the password is very important. If you don't create a good password, it will tell you. So when you start typing, you will see the strength of the password. Now, this is to prevent people hacking people's account and all those stuff. So when I start typing, for example, let me type password like so you can see this one tells me my password is strong, and this is the password. So it is homeschool 2, homeschool 2023, and you can see it is strong. So you can see the home has capital H, the school has capital of and capital S. So it's a way combination to if you don't know how to create good passwords, you can create always mix capital letters with small letters. But make sure you don't forget. If you are like me who always forget, please don't do that. So just keep it in mind though, my password. So now let me click open, click continue, sorry, and then it will ask you of your username. Now people get confused over here. The username isn't about necessarily your original name. For example, my name is Doki Mika. No, it can be like just like username on Twitter. So you can be called Kwakubonsu, but your username is the name you like. But some people too can use their their normal name as their username. So me, my username on all social media handles are always Mutaki. And then if you do that, you can see that this is not available. So maybe let me try something different to see. So this is Muta. So Muta is not also available. So let's do M Mukailu, and you can see that M Mukailu is available. So you can see down here that the name is available. So now and then the continue button will be in green. So when you click on that, they'll ask you, do you want to receive emails for updates and then those things? Maybe if there is this thing, I don't want to spam my email. So I click on open. Now when you click on open, they will tell you to verify your account, by verify to see to actually validate that you are not a robot because people can train models and then build bots to go and then create accounts and script data and stuff. So because of that, they normally ask you to verify. Now you can verify using the audio or you can verify using the visuals. So I would like to verify using the visuals. So they will load some puzzles for you. So they are telling you this is a puzzle. So watch the angle. So they want you to turn this image on the left here, on the right rather, to face the direction where the hand is pointing to. So you can use the, so let me see. I think this is it. So now I click submit and then I got it right. So the other one, I am to move this thing to this direction. Let me see. I can. So I think it's like this. So let me submit. I think I got this one too right. So the last thing is to push it to this. Um, let's see. It looks like this is okay. So let me submit the last one, and I got everything right. So this is just to verify. It's not anything difficult. So now you can click on create account. So when you click on create account, they would load and then um, get you started. So if I click on create account, they will tell me that they've sent email to this password to this sorry verification code to this email, and then I have to enter that verification code. So now I just don't want to. I want to ignore this and then try to create a new one. I mean, log into my account and then now show you how to. So that is how you can set up your account. When you verify, that is all. It opens a blank listing for you. God, I'm dead. I don't think this email. So, well, let me update this email so that we get the verification code in there and then I update it. Now you can see my profile set here, and then you can see this is how it is. So when you verify your listing, it will take you to here, and you can see that my email isn't verified. So that is it. And then there's a lot of things in here. So when you come to public profile, for example, that is where your information is. So now when you come here, you can populate this. Now the first thing is your name. So you can type your name, for example, I can say I am called Sandra Kuma. Sandra, I'm not going to save it, don't worry. So just for demonstration purposes. Now you can add your public email. So when you click on this, if you verified your email, the email this thing will pop up. There will be a pop-up which will include the email you used to create your account, and then you can use that, or if you want to add another one. So the public email is actually the email you want people to reach out to you. Normally we advise you use the email, your active email. People are fond of using 30 billion email addresses where they don't even know one. And please, my one advice before I even go, this is kind of off bar, is now you are at a stage where you have to check your email every morning when you wake up. Don't be checking your WhatsApp and then Instagram messages whilst you don't check your email accounts for emails, and be used to sending emails and stuff. I like to talk through email most of the times, like send things to people. It is easy, safer, and then I think better. So when I wake up, I check my email. Please do that. So the primary email, back to that, is actually telling you what the what the it is actually the email you normally use. Always use your email, the email you want people to always send you mails to through. So it should be the one you use most. Please don't put your private messages there, because private emails there, because people can spam you sometimes. So use the best, the one you always check, the active one. Now, when it comes to bio, so with the bio, tell us a little bit about yourself. So here, you know, just write a tagline like, "What do you think?" Something like, "I am so so and so 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 and so." You know, just like a bio in Twitter. Like, okay, who are you? In this case, you are writing something. Set up a profile about data science. So you can just go to ChatGPT. Now, if you don't want to be creative, like if you don't want to rack your brains, if you are like me, go to ChatGPT and then tell ChatGPT about you, what you love to do, what are your goals, and then tell ChatGPT to use this to create a bio for um, your GitHub, and it will give you that. Mind you, I didn't use ChatGPT either for mine, because I have my favorite, codes and then stuff. So that is what I use. I was like, let me remember the exact thing I used. Maybe when we go check my this thing, you will know. So um, it was something like I just said. I am very passionate about, you know, using data to transform the world or something like that. Or you can flex. This is just about you. Most of you are very, knowledgeable when it comes to social media. So be stylish. But it should be tailored to who you are. So that when I come, mind you, if I come to your account, that is what I'll see under your name. So it should be something which is you. Please don't go and put something you don't know over there. Don't go and put something which is misrepresenting. Something which is misleading in a way. This is Sandra and I'm seeing Nanamo or I'm seeing Muda. The bio is telling Sandra is 5 years experience something, and you go and then it is not like that. This is very common on LinkedIn. Tell people about you. It shouldn't necessarily be this experience, this experience. You can just even make it something small like um, passionate about data or curious about data, a curious type, a curious data scientist, the something like that. So or you can write something about yourself. I am this blah 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 blah. I do this, I do that. Very few. And then when you finish that, you can specify your pronouns, whether you are, I don't know the meaning of this, but whether you are they, them. So they, them will be, let's say if it's a company GitHub account, she, her for like Sandra, he, him. I don't know what it means, but I use mine. And then the URL is going to be if you have a website or something like that. So if you have a website, you can put the URL here, or you can put your LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn URL, for example, there. So it will appear before. You see, all these are actually under your public profile. So it's more like if I visit your GitHub, that is what the first thing I'm going to see. Just like if you visit somebody's IG profile, you see the bio, the person's email, those things. So anything under the public profile is what is kind of like shown to the public. Now, if you don't have any website, don't worry yourself about the URL. Down you come to social accounts. So here you can link, you can add as many as you want. So you can add, for example, if I were you, I'll add my LinkedIn, Twitter, maybe Threads. I don't know if, or maybe let's say this LinkedIn, Twitter, Threads, and you can maybe go to maybe Instagram or maybe any of them. So if you have just one, you can add one. If you have more than one, you can add all of them. You can add those you want. It is for people to reach out to you. Mind you, you don't know. Maybe somebody would like to give you a job, or somebody would like to ask about something from you, or maybe give you an interview. So when you put this thing there, if the person only be able to call you, person can now go to your profile, maybe your WhatsApp or maybe your LinkedIn, and then reach out to you. Hey, blah blah blah. It happens to me a lot. Yeah, but I've taken my GitHub accounts down, and I'm kind of, rebuilding it. Yeah. So another thing is the here the profile picture. Now click where you click on edit. Now let's be honest. Put a decent picture there, like a nice one. Act professional. You can take yourself a picture of you with maybe your PC, something like very professional. Now mine is a bit nice. You can go and check github.com/m mutakilu, and then M, and then another MUTAKILU. You can see it's very nice. I look handsome there. Sandra will tell you. Sandra told me that I'm handsome on that listing. So your company, if you don't have a company, don't leave it blank. But if you work for a company, please you put it there. Now, mind you, if you if you use the at sign, if you use the at sign, it's just like Twitter. You can use it to specify like a username or something like that. So if you use at M Mutakilo, for instance, it would reference, you know, any GitHub account called M Mutakilo. So if your company, for example, at Microsoft, will give us, uh, what am I even typing? So for Microsoft, will give you Microsoft, this thing. So that is one thing you should know. Maybe this is not the official Microsoft this thing, but if you if you have a company and they have a GitHub account, you can use the at and then their this thing, what do you call it? Their username, and then you can get things. You can get them highlighted. Mind you, if you don't have a company, it doesn't matter. That is why you are actually um, looking for, you know, that's why you are actually setting up a GitHub account. You are looking for job, and it's fine. I think it's not coming because I am I didn't verify my email. Yeah, and then you can ask you can add location. Your location is simply where are you? You can simply do Ghana. You can do maybe Sunyani. Ghana, you can do Abesim, Sunyani, Ghana. You can do Kwasimintin, whatever, whatever. Or you can even give your GPS. I don't always advise you give the exact location on social media. People are hackers. People can track you. So always try to just maybe Sunyani, Ghana, or maybe mine is Kumasi, Ghana, or the Ashanti, Ghana, or something like that. You can just do Ghana. If the person wants to know more about you, the person can reach out to you. Hey, who are, so that you prevent yourself from these frauds and all this stuff. So that is one thing I would like to say. Now the next thing is after doing that, you can click on display current local time. So when you click on this, what it will do is whenever someone visits your this thing, your GitHub account, they will see the current time, in your area. It will help them to know, okay, is this person awake by this time? Is he sleeping? Is she sleeping or something like that? And when you finish, you can click on update profile and then you are good to go. So you can also, when you come here, when you come to the contribution and activities, you can click on, if you take this, make profile private and hide activities, nobody can see your profile. But if you please don't take it, you only take it if you have like you want to create a GitHub profile or account for yourself. You don't want anyone to see what's going on in there. But this is for the public to see, so don't take this one. And then this one to include private contributions in my profile. So when you take this, people can contribute to your profile and all those stuff. So and your profile, this thing, your contributions to be seen there. So it depends on you, and you can later change them at any time, so it's not a problem. And then you also come to profile settings. So show achievement on my profile. Yes. So this will show if you do anything good on GitHub. If GitHub anything good happens to you on GitHub, they will show it on your profile. Maybe you won the best blah blah blah. It will be shown there. And then jobs profile. So jobs profile. When you click on this, it will show that you are available to be hired. If you don't take um, you can you will not be there that you are available to be hired. So this is a good thing if you are looking for a job, you just take it so that it will be on your profile that I am available to employment or some for employment or something like that. And then you can save that and um, so that is saved and you can do a lot more here. So preference, so preferred spoken language, you can come and then show which language. Maybe I want English. So you type English and then so if you have any other listing, you if you speak Spanish or maybe for Sandra for instance, she can um, she can speak multiple languages, so she can do that. And when it comes to accounts, account is basically about your account. That is where you talk about username. You can change your username here. For example, if I don't like the M Mukailo, now I want to be called M Sandra. I can click on change username and change that. Now you can also link other accounts like Patreon. Patreon, this is out of the scope here. If you have Patreon account, you can click on connect to Patreon and then do that. Now you can also export accounts data. So let's say if you want to export all your data, all the activities you've done, you want to export it, you can click on export, start export, and it will do that for you. And then you can even click on successor setting, create a successor setting, like who will succeed you if you are no more. So you can click that, and when you come here, you can add person, and then you are good to go. You can also delete your account if you want. So if you want to delete, you can click on delete account here, and then you delete it. Now there is a lot more to do. If you can also come to um, appearances, and then the appearances is basically about the appearance of your this thing. So right now we are in the day or the bright team. I can click on the night one or the dark team if I want, and it's going to you know give me the dark team, for example. So with the dark team, I can even select which one I want, and then I think this is okay. So then you select and you are good to go. I think my my this thing is kind of freezing small small, so it's not picking up. But you can do that. So team mode, you can click on single team. Now when you come here, you see when I clicked on dark, it changed, right? So me, I like dark teams. If you're like me, you can change it to dark, and that'll be cool. So you can play around to see which one you like. Sandra will go for light, and that's fine. So you can even change or set the preferred skin tone for your emojis. So if you are black, very very. If you like this, fine. If you like this, if you like Sandra, Sandra is a white lady, maybe the medium one, and you can set a lot of things. Here. So you can set your passwords and all those things here. You can even add the organizations and stuff. Now that is how we do it. So that is how we go about setting up your listing. So let me click on go to my. So this is how you can successfully create your GitHub account. Now, guys, do you have any questions to ask at this point? Do you have any questions to ask? If you don't understand anything, if you didn't get anything, just let me know so that I walk you through before I proceed to the next. Anything to say? Sandra, are you cool? I hope you can create your account now.
Yes, please, I can.
That's awesome. So this is how we can create an account. And go to when I clicked on go to my profile account, you could see that it has taken me here, and then a moment, and oh, my camera is off. So when we click on that one, it takes you here. You can see your profile. You've not set any profile yet. So you can see that you joined 17 minutes ago. You can click on edit profile to edit again. Now this dashboard here is telling you your contributions, how you visited GitHub, along the what do you call it, the months or the year, whatever. So you can see here the deeper the color or the greener the color or the box, the more this thing you are. So you can see that December 5th, we created an account, right? One contribution on December 5th. You can see it is dark. And here we don't have any of them here because we didn't have him in the account yet. And you can read a lot here. You can customize your pins and all those stuff. Now the thing I want to show you, so you don't have um before you like counters. I think I'm rushing. Let me take my time. So this is like basically informations about you when you join GitHub and all those stuff. So you can also have a guide. You can see that you joined what is this 2023. So you joined in 2023 and then it is there. So it keeps changing. It will tell you you joined maybe, so you can see also here that you joined December 2023 and you can do a lot. So you can read more, you can watch more videos on editing your GitHub profile. So this is basically how to set up your GitHub profile. Now, after setting your GitHub profile, the next thing is how do you upload your projects. Now, that is one of the most important things to think of. How do you upload your project, or how do you upload a project? And it is very simple. So you can see that you don't have any public repository yet. Now, in GitHub or in real computer science, we don't call things like folder. A folder is called directory. So and sometimes repository. So when you see repository, it's just like a folder. So it's like a folder can be called directory in the sense that a folder is basically a location in a computer's brain where you can save something. And it has a path, to it. So you can see home slash Sandra Kuma slash documents slash maybe my file.txt. So that is the part. So it is leading you through, a lot of ways to that. So when we talk of how to upload projects, it is all about repositories. So when we say repositories, it's just like um, folders, and you can create a folder for your project. So that is how we upload. So to do that, you just come straight to the repositories tab. You click on the repositories and it will open up. I think it's taking some time. Um, let's just let's just take some time for it to load. Okay, so it has loaded and then it has loaded, and we need to now go through. You can see that it is said here boldly that Mutakilu doesn't have any public repositories yet, meaning that you don't have any projects yet to display. So coming, uh, my machine. So let's look at how to upload. And you can see that it is very simple. When you look at here, we have the new button, and when you click on the new, that is how we upload, or we create a new, we upload a project. So you have to create a new listing, and it is telling us to actually verify our account before. So let me try, maybe log into my account and see my original account and see if I can, I don't know, if I can, you know, show you that, demonstrate that to you. I mean, so let me just, so this does not exist. So let me log out rather. So when I log out, let me sign out. Let me sign out and then sign in so that I can show you how to actually. So I'm signing out rather, so that I sign in with my actual account. Then I show you my profile, my beautiful picture, the one Sandra commented about. She gave me a nice compliment. Sandra, is it not true? So let me type my. So you can log in using either your,
It's true.
yeah. So with Akilu, that's my username. Thank you, Sandra. She didn't betray me. I was scared. Yeah, ladies can sometimes be weird. So let me log in and boom. So this is my account. This is with Akilu's account. So let me go to home. So this is my account. So when you come to, let me off this guys. This is what I've been doing so far. Uh, let me go straight to home, for example. So this is basically my account. Now, if I go to repositories, so these are my repositories here. You can see I have supervised learning repository. I have NLP for natural language processing, unsupervised learning, deep learning, and then my actual README file. So when you create the account and verify your email, it saves your everything in a README. So this is my profile. If I come in here, so let me even click on visit profile so that you see it in a nice way. Yeah, that one would be better. So this is my profile. Sandra, is it nice?
Very, very cute. So
Baby, I will sleep, you see. And I'm off. So will I. So this is my account, my profile, and you can see. So when you visit my profile, you can see this is my username M Mutakilu, and my pronouns are he him, and then you can see my about, like the bio, passionate about transforming raw data into actionable insights, skilled in Python, SQL, machine learning, and data visualization. So I have to change this. Now I am a machine learning engineer. I work for some stuff. So I have to. So you can see my location is Ghana. This is my email account, and you can locate me on LinkedIn via this. And so this is a little README. So the README.md is more about like bio, how you can more like how you can, you know. I hope you guys can hear. Can you hear from me? Sandra, can you hear from me?
Yes, please, we can hear.
Okay, that's fine. So this is the README is more like about you create like something like the bio, the detailed bio about you. So I was like, hey, there I am a data scientist with a passion for using data to uncover insights, blah blah blah. Right? I have experience in working with large data sets, building predictive models, and visualizing data in meaningful ways. My skills include Python programming and blah, SQL, database management, machine learning algorithms like these guys here, data visualization tools such as Matplotlib, those things, Kids version control. I'm currently working on projects related to customer segmentation, blah blah blah. So check out my GitHub repositories to see my latest blah blah blah. How you can reach out to me. So how to reach out to reach me and blah blah blah. This English is bad. So you can also reach me on this number, reach out to me on this number and LinkedIn at this. So if you scroll down, you can see my popular repositories. So these are the repositories I created. You can see currently I have like 5 repositories. So this is how this is the Mutakelu is the one about me. So you can see it is the config files for my GitHub profile. It is basically my GitHub file, and I can make it private. I have to make it private, in fact. So let me even make it private before, so that you don't see it, because it's not good. I don't think it's a good thing people see. But well, I can do that later. I don't think it's good that I do that here. So I can do that later. Yeah. And you can see I have supervised learning projects. So I just created these 2 days ago. I took off my GitHub account and then I am rebuilding it. So now we have unsupervised learning too, we have deep learning and then NLP. Now this is a technique I am using. I am grouping all my projects into um, more like into groups. So if I have linear regression models, I want to have linear regression models and then the classification models all together in the supervised learning repo or folder, so that if you come, you just go, if you want to know my linear regression or my supervised learning projects, and I mean all my projects on supervised learning, you can just go to my supervised learning repo and then you see a lot more there. The same way, if you want to know about unsupervised learning, you click on that and you can see deep learning and NLP. So very soon with the NLP, that is natural language processing, I will start it uploading files in there. You can see how to build ChatGPT like apps and all those ones. I have them there. I have to take time and then write nice reports on them and put them there. So I want to, that is my spec. That is my ways of doing things. Some people just go straight. They can create maybe um just every ripple or every ripple like this one represents one it will represent one, what do you call it, project. Like it will not be like supervised. Like, so the name will be like the name of the project, maybe predict diarrhea in children or predict stroke or stroke prediction model, something like that. But I want to group them in this way because I see myself as like senior one. You see it. I want to do top notch this thing because I'm looking for like senior level roles or maybe mid level roles. So I want to act more professional. And the other thing is I want to build a website for my GitHub listing. So when I build the GitHub, I can easily give the path to these projects. Easy it so that maybe you go to my website, you can click on NLP projects. It will take you to the NLP repo and you see projects there. Enough of the talks. I have uploaded one profile, one project here. So on the supervised learning, if I click on it, um, it opens and you can see it has, when you look at the readme is always like what is describing what this repository contains. So you can see, I mean, they're like the about. So you can see it has this repo houses all my projects on supervised learning, like linear regression and classifications. So to tell you what to expect in this. And then when you come here, you can see I've added one model or one this thing called predict goldfish lifespan. So and then it has a readme. So this readme is what you see here. So when I click on, you can see it's a folder. You can even see it here. When I click on it, when I click on it, it opens, right? And you can see the readme, more like the readme, like the about of the project. This is not up to date. This is just about some small portion of it. I have to write a report and all those, here. That is how I like my this thing. So you write a report about it, this thing, so that everybody will see that okay, now what is this about? Why is this so important? What are the findings you found in the project and all those stuff? So that is how that is what the readme.md file is always, and then is always about. And then this is the predict goldfish lifespan.ipynb is a notebook which has all the codes of the project. So when I click on it, I will not see. I'm not sure we will see anything there. I hope we see. So let's it load. Okay, so beautifully we have it here. So you can see my codes. So you cannot edit them here. All you can do is to just see. And you can see what I did in here. You can see not a lot of the things I teach you are what I did here. So you can see some beautiful like visualizations and then uh, the meanings attached to them and all this stuff. And you can see that very nice and very nice visualization. Sandra, do you like them? Are they nice? Like, are they nice to you?
Okay, I really like them. They're nice.
If you don't like them, say, oh, this one they have the freedom. See them. See it. See the truth. So I did my univariate, bivariate, and multivariate analysis and all this stuff. And then, I just built the model, do the correlation. You see, I didn't do anything different from what I showed you, and I deploy I deploy the model. And that basically that. So that's what I do in here. So you can see. So if somebody comes, he can see everything about this thing. And if you want to download, you can just click on the download raw file here, and then you just download it. Yeah. So this is one of my projects. Now let me show you how you can upload your project. So for you to upload your project, you have to create a repository. And then to create a repository, it is very simple. Like I showed you, you go to the repos, just like I did, repositories tab. Let me go and start from fresh. So let me scroll the way up. You click on repositories, and then um, guy, why are you not loading? It's taking time. Okay, so it's not loading. So these are my repositories. If I like, I can click on new. Let's create for demonstration purposes. So I click on new. Now it will open like this, and then Now they'll ask me of repository name. So what is the name of the um, file? What is the name of the folder? Now, like I told you, for mine, for instance, you see, I did supervised learning or supervised learning. If you don't want to go by mine, which I don't advise you because it will take much time for you to, maybe for now you can start, you can name it, the repository name should be the name of your project. For example, predicting stroke diseases. But if you want to go by mine, where you have a folder, and in the folder you have another folder, something like that, then you can maybe create that folder and then upload the projects in there. But let's go by the simple way. So let's say this project is called predicting predicting predicting. What am I typing? Stroke. Um, predicting stroke. So you can see that since I don't have any repository called predicting stroke, so it gives a green tick that your new repository will be created as this name. And then if I like, that's also here to the description you give the description about the project. So let me just say this project creates model to predict the probability of a patient getting stroke disease. So this is something very simple. Now when you come here, do you want it to be public or private? Public, everyone can see, which is the aim. If you want to showcase your skills, if you set it to public, that is the default. If you click to private, no one can see except you. So you can set certain repositories to private if you want to be the only one to see, or you set them to public if you want everyone else to see. Now here when it comes, initialize this repository with add a readme file. So always I advise you tick on this so that it will add that readme file where you can type about the report, more like give a report on the project. A lot of people don't give reports on their projects, and that will make you stand out. If you have a report on your projects, then it tells how well you understand the project. You know, if somebody wants to hire you, and most of the hiring managers are not technical like you, so he wants to see why should I, kind of like employ you? Why why should I employ you? What is so much nice about the project you did? So the README file is where you actually do that. You actually do that. So the rest, just leave them and then click on create repository. Now when you click on that, it will load and then create. So let's wait for it. So you can see it has created, and then um, so this is a README file, very beautiful. So here it says that you see the README file has the project name, and then it has the about we give. So you can see that this project creates a model to blah blah blah. So it automatically does that for you. And now, if you want to upload the notebook you actually created, then you can just come to add files here, for example. So when you click on the drop down add files, it can ask you create a new file. If you want to create a new file where you can code the thing in there, or if you want to upload the files, then you click on upload file, for example. So when you click on upload file, it would it will come here, and it will tell you to drag the files you want to add to the repository here. So when you go, you just go and drag your folder, the folder you created, which has your project. For example, let me um, okay. So let me say, for example, let me click on. Let's say this is a project. So let me click on this, drag it here. You can see it is identified. So it will upload. So it is now uploading. It has finished uploading. Now you can just click on commit changes to save it. So click on commit changes, and then That is it. So it is processing your files, and we can see it is being uploaded. It is being added here. Very beautiful. So if I click on it, it's just the same project I actually uploaded before. So not something very special, but to demonstrate for demonstration purposes. Um, so it will load and it's the same codes like I uploaded before. Now the advice I'll give to you is before you upload your project there, make sure it doesn't have any error. Make sure all of them run very smoothly. Yeah, that's also you can see very beautiful. So we've successfully created our first repo and added a project. Now, the next thing is to kind of explore. Now, when you scroll down here, you can see this thing. It automatically detects the number of languages or the makeup of the project. You can see that it was done in Jupyter Notebook, 100%. Someone can write, sometimes the project can be very complex that you have a lot of files. So you can upload not just one file, but more than one file by selecting all of them, dragging them in either one by one or once at a time. They will, all of them will load and then you do. But for now, as a beginner, it's always to have two files, like the README file, which is the about or the more like carries the report on the project, and then the notebook itself. Now, if it is very advanced like mine, sometimes you can add something we call requirements.txt. So the requirements.txt file houses whatever you want, like all the installations you did in the notebook or maybe in the codes. So you put them there so that when somebody downloads them and just run pip install, dash r requirements.txt, it will install all the libraries you used and then he can run your notebook smoothly. So it's also an advanced way of doing that. And sometimes you can split your codes not just into one, but maybe two, three, or something like that. So that is something, that is how we can create a repo, upload our first project. So we've successfully created our project. Now let's look at how we can actually delete it. Let's say you don't want it, you want to delete it. Now all you do is you just click on, mind you, you can also add another files. Though you've added one, you can add other ones by clicking on the add files and then looking at what you want. Now when you come to settings here, you click on settings. If you want to delete it, you can click on settings at top here and then let it load. So now when the settings load, so you go to the settings and there is a lot of settings here. You can change the repo name and then a lot of things. Or you can scroll all the, you can do some editings. It's plain English, when you read you understand. Or scroll all the way down till you see where we've written danger zone. So the danger zone is more like how to delete, like anything you do here it's kind of like dangerous. So you can click on change visibility. More like now it is public. If you want to make it private, you can click on change visibility and make it public so that, or private so that only you can see, and then the vice versa. If it is private, you can make it public now. And then also all these guys, you can also share ownership. For example, you can send your code to me. You can say that this project is for Muta, or I can, there's it's GitHub is a whole lot. We can collaborate and work on projects and all those stuff. And then you can also archive this. Like if the repository is very old, you can archive it and it goes to the archive files. And then you can delete this repository. So when you click on delete this repository, now they will ask you, do you really want to? You'll be like, yes, I want to. When you click on I want to, they will tell you that read and blah blah blah. I've read and understood these effects. So you read on this, and now if that's not all, they will tell you that confirm it by typing this thing they've given you here. So for example, if I do, it is telling me to type mutakilu slash predicting. So basically, like the project name. The reason why they do that is, once you delete it, you can never retrieve it back. So it is better They tell you, they verify if you are not sleeping or something like that. More like what that you get it. So if you pass through all this process, you cannot say, oh, I forgot. So if I click on delete, it will delete. Very good. So I click on it, delete, and then it is deleting. So now let's go. It will take me to my repositories. And if I scroll down, you can see that I don't have that repo again. So this is how we can um, create or upload a project and how we can edit them and delete them. Are you cool? Any questions, guys, so far? So if you have a question, you can just go ahead and ask. Unmute yourself. We are just two. Sandra, okay, go ahead.
Please, when you were dragging the code, did
Yeah,
you drag it from a Jupyter notebook or just from your desktop? I
yeah,
mean, I want to find it.
from my desktop. Like you see, all the files are on your desktop. You know that, right? More like they are saved on your desktop. Where I don't know where you save yours, but if you save it in, for example, you create a folder for it, you can locate that folder in your file explorer. Like more like I don't know whether I get what I'm trying to say. So I dragged it from my file on the computer itself. Is that cool?
Yes, please.
That's fine. Any other question?
Please, the first
The README.
README file you created, yeah, about yourself and your skills and everything. Please, how did you create this? I didn't part well.
Okay, so you mean the README, which is like the about of me, right? Like, I think it's one that's
Yes,
overview.
please.
Um, so when you go to edit my profile, you mean this one?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, so it's simple. When you go to edit profile, you can see there. So you can edit a lot of things, like not from here. Let me come. Let me scroll the way down. So here is basically about your listing. Now, if you set up your account and you click on the overview, right, you will see the README file. It won't be populated like this. It will be very simple. So I think you will have some basic, literally nothing or something very few. Then you can edit it. You get what I'm trying to say?
No,
I don't know.
please.
So more like the best way is when you create your account after setting up everything and you come to the overview tab like this, right? Where we are right now, where you have your what do you call it? Your picture and everything here. You see it just by here, right? And then it won't be populated like mine. Sometimes it depends on how you create it. So when in the process of creating, GitHub updates its terms most often. Otherwise, it should have shown when you are creating. So it will even show when you are creating. I think it didn't show because we didn't verify this thing, right? Um, and we didn't verify our email. Remember that. So when you verify, it will come to where it will ask you about show your like write about yourself. Like here, you can see. So that is a this is a special repository. It's readme.md. It's readme.md will appear on your profile. Like they will prompt you, this is your readme, write about yourself, and just like you saw there. So you can write a lot about yourself, and it is just in this one. I didn't create this, right? They will generate it automatically. I wrote up to here. I don't know if that making sense to you, and or you still not convinced, or maybe I'm not answering your question. And I'm Namo, can you hear from me? I can hear from you.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I can hear.
So have I maybe answered the question or something?
Yes,
Oh,
please. You've answered it. I'm
oh, that's
happy.
good. Any other question? So, guys, your project you did, that was why I was telling you it was very important. Now, if you have done your project, you can write a report. More like the report is basically what is the essence of the project. And you can use ChatGPT to help you do that. Don't just go and tell ChatGPT, write a report on a stroke prediction model. No, give the metrics. So I did this, I did that. Give detailed and specific so that you can create a specific report for you. And then you can edit that. That would be a great start if you don't want to start to write everything from scratch. And then you can add the visualizations. You can say that okay, the distribution of gender was this. Then you add the visualizations. More like okay, the um, the picture. I mean the visuals. You can download them. I hope you know how to download your bar chart and all those from Jupyter. When you just right click on the chart itself, you will see download as well or save images. You can click on that and save it. That's all. Or you can write some codes if you like using Matplotlib to save. That's a long process. Then you write a very detailed, and you can now sit down, pick linear regression, and then write some, do some coding, in there. You can also pick maybe logistic regression, do a project on it, put it there. You pick maybe random forest classifier, you do, and then you pick clustering where we go in next, and then you do. So by the time you realize you have like, me, I always advise have at least a minimum of 3 projects. That is very awesome. Don't go and do all the projects on linear regression. Neither should you go do all the projects on classification. It should be balanced. At least if you have one in classification, one in regression, one in clustering, it shows how versatile you are and how good you are in all these fields. So that is my advice to you. And I think with it's I don't know whether I made myself always I have a doubt in my head whether I teach well or I don't teach well. I feel more like I don't teach maybe you don't get me you guys don't get me well. But if you get me well, that's very awesome. Sandra, do you always get me well? Or maybe I always beat about the bush.
Oh no, we don't beat about any bush. We understand it now. Thank you very much.
So Sandra, I hope you can now create your account successfully and then upload your projects.
Yes, please.
So when are you uploading your first projects? The projects you did?
Um. Okay. Relax. I will upload.
Okay. So you know, I think we've done much have been done here. I think it's awesome. This is something very much important than even teaching you a certain model, for example, because it is easy to learn a model. It is easy to more like farm. Sorry for saying that, but it is more difficult to sell and get the right price. You know that. That is why most of our families, most of our farmers in our communities are poor. Because those who know how to sell will come and buy the products at very cheap and then go and process. So it is more easy to create, but more difficult to add value, polish yourself. So if you know how to navigate yourself through GitHub, I've seen a lot of people doing very basic projects and then getting jobs. At least have something to showcase. So if you have a GitHub account, you are confident you can showcase something. So that is something very good to have. And I'm glad we do, have this. So I don't know, do you have any further questions? I plan to, start clustering too. I think it will be good. I leave you guys to digest this one, and then we we meet tomorrow and then start the classroom. It is very simple. Now we are machine learning experts. We don't spend much time on new models. We just learn the new things and we are cool with the old ones and we go. Any suggestions or contributions from my dear Sandra and Anamba? Anamwa, any contribution?
Uh, Please, the question is about what we did last week. Please, can I ask?
Oh, you can go ahead.
Please, it's about the confusion matrix. You see, when we display the X test and Y test, and the scenario where we display X test and Y prep.
Mm-hmm. Did you do
Yeah.
any investigation on why?
Yes, please.
What did you find?
Please understand. And I saw that if we do the confusion matrix on X test and then the Y test, it's like there's no classification. We sometimes have how do you call it, false negatives. That's sometimes you might be able to predict, let's say, but the level will be zero. But when we are using the X test and the Y prep, because for the Y prep we use the model to predict it classifies it. You see all the ones, all the positives here and all the negatives here. That's how I saw it.
Yeah. So this is it. It is a metric for measuring the model's performance. So if you do, for example, X text and then Y text, in some cases you are trying to, and then you provide the model, right? So when you provide the model, you are trying to say that I can do confusion metrics of blah blah blah, and I do model dot predict X text, for example, then comma Y test. In that way, I am saying that I am predicting, I'm using the model with the dot to predict X text, and then I want you to compare it with the actual labels and see how well the model, works to predict the actual labels, which is Y test. Now you can also use that to, just like you said, to explain how well the model understands, the relationship between the X or the independent variable and then the dependent variable, right? So for you to know how well the model performs, it's always good to use the Y pred and then the Y test. I think I've forgotten the exact what happened in the this thing. When we meet tomorrow, kindly remind me so that I pick that notebook, and then if there is any correction, we do, right? Or if there is any clarification, we do that, right? But that is basically it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got the right thing. But why I did that was I wasn't interested in how, measuring, like I was looking at how well the model explains, how well it understands the X or the true labels of the testing data or the validation data. So that is why we got all those ones. But if you want to look at how well it predicted, then you use the Y-pred, which the Y-pred is the predicted values of the Y test using the model, right?
Okay, but I think what you did was right. It was somehow okay because uh, I saw some trend in, is it recall and precision. I saw that per what you did, I was able to find the precision and recall from the X test and Y test from the how you display the confusion matrix on X test Y
Uh,
test. I was able to, yeah, see the precision and the recall in there.
mhm.
The explanation I saw online.
That's good. So I'm glad you are doing extra weeks. That's very awesome. It means you are passionate about your career. That's fine. I'm glad. Any other questions? And Sandra is also very, very brilliant. You can link her. She's very beautiful too. So if you have money, you venture. And Anamwa, you see it.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. I see. Pa.
Oh, she is very, very. I give you the go ahead. Very, very nice girl. You can go ahead. If you have money, there. If you are broke like me, my brother, tell our baby.
Oh, I get money. I get money. That one.
Hey, you get money, you no go spend with the guys. You are going to. Hey, Nanalo, hey Nanamwa. Yo, Sandra is a religious girl. She is. She'll bring a lot to the table. You see that? So that's it. That's it. That's it. For today, let me stop recording before people hear people's bit.